It's still blue.
It's blue now.
That's terrible.
It wasn't blue before.
I don't know what you got going on.
It lit. Oh, wait a minute.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing happening.
Yeah. Whatever.
Move it like.
No, we just need to just be more in the moment and figure out stuff before we go live. But it's all good. We're not gonna let that worry us tonight. So anyways, yes, tonight we have a very special introduce ourselves.
You said we're gonna do that.
We never do.
Hello, my name is Jamie Jenkins. Oh, you don't like that voice? Oh, she don't like that voice right there. When I do that voice.
What is that voice?
That's me. I'm Jamie Jenkins.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you want to be.
Yeah. What can we say? What's had? You want to say that? Don't say what that. Like how you want me to introduce
whatever
myself?
you want to do. I'm not opposed to.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Jamie Jenkins. You don't like it?
Well, you do. It's okay with me. Whoever you decide to be this evening is fine with me.
Oh man, that is so funny.
That don't have nothing to do with nothing.
I know, but this did before though.
It did not.
It went away. The blue went away momentarily.
Okay. It did not. So, anyways, guys, tonight this is Jamie. I'm Kalisha. We are Hello Black Man. We are a communication podcast. We are doing couples therapy tonight. We have a very special guest. No, very special guest. Multiple.
Well,
we have a very special couple.
What is the thing? So, when you said guest, I felt like it was an entity we were bringing in.
We are bringing in an entity.
Yeah, an entity. Right. Yeah, I never. It didn't sound divisive to me when you said, a special guest.
We're bringing in guests.
Yeah, like a band.
Yeah.
Like you said, you bring in the Gap band, you don't necessarily name all the Gap band members right then. You just
but they may want to be named. You don't know. We didn't even get into that prior. But listen, we're not going to hold y'all.
I ain't gonna hold you. We ain't gonna hold you.
Let's bring the people in.
We ain't gonna We ain't gonna hold
you. These folks. If y'all are not following them, when we get done, y'all gonna have to follow them. Bring in the people. Hey, bam.
Baby, what is that? That sound effects.
They got a real machine over there.
Yeah.
We got
got a real live living machine for real.
Baby, I'm proud of your
don't touch me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I am feeling that level of excitement, man. Like
I'm like y'all over there doing the thing. Like I be tuned in. I be like, babe, come in here. We gotta watch this together.
Yeah, for real. On the road. Are you here to say?
I be like, look, listen to what they talking about. And he be
like, you mean you actually listen to somebody from Hazars?
Oh my gosh, we're not gonna start that.
I'll be listening to her. Not
she literally listens to her. Let me be clear. Hold on. If you think you got a follower, you don't. Let me help you
myself.
She is listening to Crystal.
You don't be talking about nothing.
She is listening to Crystal. Let me be. I don't listen. We couldn't drive.
Oh,
I don't want to. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, man. Don't sugarcoat
it. Exactly.
Don't do that. Don't do hate her like that. Don't do
Hold
that.
On, what?
Said, you hear Lamorne talking because I can't hear nothing.
Oh, okay, guess. I got you.
No, for real, y'all. Listen, I'm telling you, y'all are amazing. From the moment, this is kind of like the same type of connection. We kind of in the same relationships. This is a natural type situation, and we understand one another. Like we on the same page.
Absolutely, yes. It takes a special woman to be married to a special man from Hazel.
You're right, man. We had to do it. It's a lot of undoing.
Excuse me? In what way? Are you talking about on your behalf or ours?
The shoe fit weird now.
Listen, I see you, my boy.
Listen, so I want to jump right into things. But let me tell you, y'all had an episode before this episode. You guys had a very candid conversation about Lemoyne not talking to Toby Nwigwe, right?
Yeah, we did.
You went in. You was on his head about that. Like the whole show was about that. Like you talked to him for 2 hours about his non-initiated.
Not 2 hours.
2 hours.
But it was like an hour and a half.
I felt it. I felt the conversation because it is somewhat of a confidence issue that I have with certain people.
And matter of fact, I made a post or something.
Somebody else made a post.
And Lamont was like, I told Lamont, I was like, yeah, see, I have confidence issues. Like I have things that just it prohibits me to do it. He was like, what? Like really? Like you?
Bro, would have never in my life thought.
Yes, man.
Never in life.
But do you not think that people think the same thing about you?
No.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
Now, Jamie is, he's always been, man, listen, Jamie graduated in like 97 or something like that, 98. Yeah. I graduated in 03. I know who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know who he is. If he touched within Copiah County, I know 98% of the people gonna know who Jamie Jenkins is.
Yeah,
what you call him, Jamie Drain. You know, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Like
I'm asking though, but you're saying same things that you feel about Jamie. You saying that somebody don't know who Lemoyne Robinson is, or well, at that point it's probably little low.
Yeah,
Lemoyne low.
That was about it. But it's gonna be from probably 2000 to 2005.
Oh, he got a fan for decades.
Exactly.
I see.
He got a
just run my mouth. Loud.
For sure loud.
I don't think anything has to do with it, with the confidence level though. That just means that he's not, that he's not arrogant. You know what I'm saying? That he's a humble dude.
Yeah, I mean, the situation with Tobe, I just was like, on one end, it's like I knew Toby, or we had spoken with Toby. I got photos of us and Toby, instant messages and stuff like that when we wanted to bring him to Slidell, and it was gonna be $300.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
we missed that window
thing, right? Thinking like that. But I just was like, man, okay, yeah, it ain't like we chop it up every day, but I ain't want to just run up on him and be like fanned out, even though I am a fan of his music. I love what he has going, and I always, from the beginning. But I respect his art. You know what I mean? I also respect him as a person, but I didn't want to, run up on him and be like, hey, what's good with, what I'm saying? Like, like we grew up shooting marbles together or something. You know what I mean?
Like, you do not have to explain yourself. I understood from the moment you said it, how you felt, because it's kind of what he goes through in any situation. It doesn't even have to be anybody famous. Like it could be random people. He does not. For example, we went to the Tabitha Brown event a few weeks ago.
Ooh, hey,
that
was dope, man.
Yeah.
I bet that was
my head.
They were looking for people to come up to the stage and ask questions, and they was like, "We want male participants." Blah 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 blah. And like I was asleep. 60% of the event. I was tired, Crystal. Fix your face. I was tired.
we talking about.
I was sleeping.
Okay. But he didn't want to go on stage.
He was like, do you want to ask a question? I'm like, hey, they asking for male participants. So like at the end of the event, I was like, hey, go to the stage, because we had gifts, right? We took gifts to the event. Go to the stage and give her this item. That was his test. That was his test. That's all he had to do. Like nothing more than that. I'm going to get the car. His test is to go to the stage. I'm watching him, in my peripheral, and he's making his way to the stage. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, he going. He not gonna not finish this task. Yeah. He gets in the car. And he says, "What you say?"
I said, I gave the bag to the host. I said I gave the bag to the host. They didn't go over well. They didn't.
Yeah.
Come on. They did not go over well. I said I gave the bag to the host. Well, what prevented you from giving it to her? I said, well, after the event.
What were you told to do?
Right. What did I tell you to do, boy?
Don't have the boy on there.
Boy, listen, I heard the boy if she said it or not.
You heard it. One way or
Because
another.
I'm sure she didn't say boy.
Heard it.
What?
What did I tell you to do, boy?
What was your tag?
Hold on, the host, like the other lady that was what's it, Keisha Harvey?
Yeah, yeah, the main host lady.
Yeah,
So
Keisha Harvey. Actually, that wasn't, I'm gonna help him out. That really wasn't a bad audible, right? It's not a bad audible because Keisha, you know what I'm saying? Keisha got some I went to college with her or whatever, but she's super cool. She on the spot over there in Atlanta. What is it called? The Village Market. So she got her own store, like where she
the one that sell those support as a verb.
Yeah, but it's a whole bunch of different stuff in there. Like it's a whole bunch of like black business owners, like the whole store, she put stuff in there for black business owners. So I'm just saying that to say that wasn't a bad handoff. That's all.
He ain't give it to somebody.
I didn't give it to a random person. Like,
it was not the tag.
Take it to the person.
It was not the tag.
Yeah, give it to the security guard and be like, hey, can you get Tab?
But you wanted to get it straight to Tab, though.
In the same fashion that Lamorne didn't want to go and talk to Toby, he did not finish the tag. So don't be trying to give him credit when you won't give Lamorne credit for not wanting to talk to Toby. Don't even.
But I went.
He still went.
Don't come over with that energy.
No. He still did though. My bad, girl. I tried to help you.
It's a light skin thing. It's a lot of light skin on this.
No, but listen, as being confident and being conscious is like something it kind of prevents certain interactions, right? Because conscious of people and who they are, what they do. Because I know that if I'm somewhere, I am limited in the number of conversations that I want to have. I'm limited in the number of contacts I want to make. It doesn't matter where I am. I could be in Greece, Paris, the White House. After 7 or 8, 20 people, at that point, okay, all right, we good now. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that's right, but that I guess I hit that limit so quickly. And so and then I don't want to be that guy that I walk up to somebody and I'm rude and I'm moving people out of the way and they're like, oh no, not you. Whatever you got, I don't want it, please. Like you are getting in front of people, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just have it's kind of a respect thing because I know, like, okay, she's a human being. I'm not trying to, 100%. I'm not running after a goddess or something like that. This is not she ain't gonna give me $1 million for this package tonight. Is it $1 million opportunity? Possibly. Right. You're right. I can't say that it's not. But I guess I just don't want to be like you say, like fanned out, running and bumping, getting people out of the way. I got to get to her. I got to get to you right now. Like,
exactly.
You got to be psychotic. Get it moving. Get the police out of here.
Yeah.
Right. And that's like I'm okay with like, hey, listen, respect. I appreciate what you're doing, your art, like your communication. I appreciate it. But I don't want to be like, oh my God, like you said, just like I gotta shake your hand, I gotta touch the hem of your garment. No, I don't. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think it was that,
but
though.
At the same time, when you're in those situations, just like you said, like I know when individuals come to us and ask us something that we feel like is Googleable, then I'm like, hey man,
what you doing here? What we got going on here?
You know, like, and I may answer it, but I'm just thinking to myself, I don't know how many steps you actually took like prior to this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times what I found when I'm in the rooms with high net worth individuals that may have started a business or just famous people in general, like they don't necessarily have the secret sauce. Like some of them they just like, hey, I was minding my business, doing my deal, and stuff just started to line up, and then the platform just came, but it wasn't, oh, I went and shook such and such hand and did this. And a lot of times, people feel like, oh, if I'm in that circle, if I get a chance to meet this person, then now I can cut a corner and be in that same room, and I'm like, I definitely don't want to fool myself like that. And I don't want anyone to feel like that is my thought. Now, a lot of that comes from me thinking, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's told me that, you know what I'm saying? Like as it relates to like a celebrity or somebody famous or something like that. But yeah, I'm just like, you know, they people.
Okay, I tell you what. This is a great topic. Great topic. I want to. One of the things we want to talk about tonight was like couples finances and stuff like that. So we'll get there. But like right now, from a business standpoint, right? So you all have an entity. You all have a business, right? You all are growing a brand, a business, together. And let's talk about support, lack thereof, and assumptions made when you're talking about what support looks like and what it does not, right? So a lot of times, I would say I'm a small business. We are a small company, right? And you assume more people see you than they actually may. In your mind, you like, I know you see this. Like, I know you see what we're trying to do. Like, don't play, right? And then the support is not there, or what we're assuming what support looks like, right? So how do you handle those people? Or I don't know if you hear burning something up, please go check on. So it is something dealing with fire down there.
Man. Right. The color just changed. Like you guys.
It did.
It's probably like the focal points of the camera. So when she comes to the but, so one person versus two. Yeah.
So the thing about it is like I one of my frat brothers, he's a psychiatrist, right? So like once a month I chop it up with him, get my psycho analyzed, you know what I'm saying? That's just a conversation about who I am as a person, how I handle business, how I don't handle business. And he was like, when I see people that don't reciprocate, or people that I know I have a history with in the past, and I have done things for them, been there, drove places, whatever, expect some type of reciprocation along the way. They don't owe me anything, but I'm just saying, you know, like I scratch your back, you scratch mine at some point, right? I ain't ask you to spend no money or nothing like that. He says, but my problem is what I do is I ghost them, right? I ghost this crowd or this people, or I don't pursue any type of connection with them, even if they can help me, because I'm saying, hey, why should I have to ask you, right? But he says that's the problem, right? Because now I'm making a decision for that person. Because right now I'm assuming that they see what I'm doing or that it's important to them. And so the thing about it, he says, what I need to do is have a conversation with that individual entity business, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. You know, how can we work together, and then make them make a decision versus me assuming that this is important to them or that they see what I'm doing. Well, how do y'all handle that? How do y'all handle where you are, who you are as a business, your connections, how they're supporting or not supporting?
That's a lot to unpack there.
It is
a lot of questions, but some of the things that were kind of going through my mind as you were talking is that there are different scenarios. So if number one, if the people that you have in your mind, right now as it relates to that question, if these are people that you feel like your services and their services could be mutually beneficial, then sure, a conversation can be had. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I think we can partner together, to do X, Y, and Z. The type of relationship that you're looking for. But if it's, hey, this is what I'm offering, and I think this would be a good product or service for you, as in you could be a great client of mine, then that's marketing, right? Like that's more so of saying, who is my ideal client? Who is it that would benefit best from the products or services that I offer? But it doesn't necessarily mean that those people are a bad person. It's just like, okay, well, number one, in business, did I ask for the sale? Did I communicate to them that I have something to offer that would benefit them, and why? Now, if it's somebody, at least what we've learned over the years, just because somebody's in our close circle or like in our environment or our vicinity, it doesn't mean that they're our client or our customer.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I typically have a preference that I do business with more people that I don't know because my circle is too small. I want to get to know the rest of the world, right? Because once I run out of my circle, then what? So my goal and objective is to figure out how can I, make myself visible to as many people as possible, not just the ones that I can physically see or, reach out and touch. Mm-hmm. But, just from, a personal perspective, I don't take it personally if somebody, doesn't necessarily want to do business with me. I'm thinking more so of, did I communicate correctly what it is that I have to offer and, what it is that I think that they need, because if the product or service is that great, then my ideal client is going to be attracted to it because of the way that I communicated to them what it was that I had to offer. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if me and Lamorne are, best friends and he's never, bought a product or service, one of two things: either I didn't ask for the sale or my product or service doesn't benefit him, but mm-hmm. I don't take it personally. Mm-hmm. Now I can't say that was the case 10 years ago, but for me, that was because we just had the wrong mindset about it.
Well,
right.
And I also think I want you to kind of go this direction as well. The way that he defined, that you defined circle, mm-hmm. you said, you go outside of your circle. And I really think that your circle was very small for a while. Like it was just you and me, right? We basically, because of disappointments like that and not necessarily knowing how to emotionally handle them, then we did disconnect, right? And we were just like, hey, we're going about our way. But what we understood or what we started to understand is we connected with other individuals that were going about, going their way as well. So talk a little bit about like how you fostered, the community that you have and how now it's other like-minded individuals that are looking to try to help and aid in some kind of way, because it's mutually beneficial.
Yeah. And I think that has to be cultivated, I think everybody had to, be coming in that same direction. So, I mean, I'm a part of a community of like 100 women now. Very intentional in saying like, don't get accustomed to, like petty purchases, right? Like where, like this your first t-shirt you drop, you know what I'm saying? So everybody gonna buy it, right? Because it's your first t-shirt you drop and everybody wants to, jump on the bandwagon and say, man, we support you for, walking out. But when you, now when you drop a, another product, maybe another shirt or a book or something like that, and it's like, okay, well, it's trickling. Well, at this point in time, you're now trying to identify who, your audience is. Yeah, like who's supposed to actually be getting this product or service. But I mean, even inside of the community that I'm in now, it's like it's known that if my product or service ain't really servicing you, like I'm not really here to get like pity purchases or just a purchase just because you know me, right? It's like, is this something that you're going to benefit from? But if it's not, I like that word. But can you share it? Right. So I wouldn't necessarily consider everybody to be my ideal client, but I would consider if it's a close friend or a family member or something like that, and you understand what my mission and vision is, if you come across somebody, right, that can benefit from the product or service that I'm offering, can you at least recommend me? Right. Like those would be, the conversations that I would have, or the conversations, that happen inside of our community is like, well, no, I can't benefit from this, but I do know people that can.
But also I think it's important because just like you, I would have some internal issues and just be like, man, this son wouldn't even get a $13 life insurance policy from me.
But you didn't talk to him about it.
Well, I may have asked, but I'm like, man, bro,
I see.
What I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like,
but you upset because your supposed best friend still ain't bought a policy.
Yeah, I'm like, I know you got $13. You can spend on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I don't watch you be flew out to Miami 2 and 3 times. You still ain't got no policy.
So, but being able to, I would internalize that, right? And then I'm just like, man, but it would then essentially make me a little bit edgy with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like,
but how do you separate? You got to separate business and personal.
Well, and that was the point. I was about to make a point, and I kind of got lost.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
Got lost.
I'm sorry.
A little bit too much extra there.
Yeah. So many words, not enough points.
Listen,
Paul, did he make his point?
No, I can go ahead, Mr. Jenkins. I yield the floor.
No. So I know a lot of small businesses go through this, though, right? It's not selective. I think if you have a small business, the expectation is if you are doing the right things, putting yourself out there, that the support will snowball. You know what I'm saying? It will continue to grow from 5 to 10 to 15, 20. But that's just not necessarily the case. You have to find your 5. You have to find your 10. Just because 10 people see it, it may only benefit one person. And we have a lot of people inbox us about just business in general, effective marketing and networking, and just getting away from expectations, right? If you expect a sale every time you contact somebody, you set yourself up for failure.
Agreed.
If your expectation is a sale every time you speak to somebody, you're gonna have a lot of failure on your hands. But it could be a great networking opportunity, like Crystal said.
Hey, well, I have I understand what you're saying, but I also have like this perspective, and not from an arrogant space. But I actually do expect to sell every time I talk to an individual. I don't get bothered when they don't buy. But I walk in the room with, I guarantee you, if you talk to me, you're gonna buy what I got. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to look for, and that's why I love this dialogue, because there are, there's different types of personalities, right? But like I always tell my team, like when I'm at the shop, I said, if y'all let me answer this phone, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna probably just go ahead and go home. Because every time I answer the phone, that customer that I talk to coming in. You know what I'm saying? But I have that perspective from a space of, I am going to listen to what they have to say. I am going to find out what their need is. And then I'm going to help them to believe that I can service that need. And when I do that, I guarantee you they coming to see me, right? Yeah. Now, truth be told, my batting average probably somewhere about 7 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that for previous team members that had the thought process of, like, oh my God, I don't know if I can get them or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what you're saying, but I'm saying from, those people that had a perspective of, man, if I talk to this person, I don't know if they're going to really buy or not. Like going in with that thought process, it literally, it bleeds over to the other person. So they already don't trust what you're saying because you don't believe that they're going to buy. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll tell them like, hey, you got to go in knowing that you're the expert in this situation. And then you have to help them to believe that you're the expert in the situation. Yeah. And then that translates in the conversation. And it typically ends with a 7 out of 10 bat, versus a 3 out of 10. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. Like, hey, don't set yourself up to think that you 100% every time. And then you walk away with nothing. And you like, man, I suck.
It's the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not that, you know what I'm saying? But I think that, if we make a slight shift to that and have an expectation that I'm about to go in here and serve well, it's very likely I'm gonna walk away with what I want.
But it also too, I'm gonna say this before I lose my point. I am of the theory of the mind. I'd rather sell Bibles to Christians than to atheists.
Let me know how many you're gonna sell in.
So I I don't want to convert anybody. I want to find the lane that they are. I want to find the space that has my people. You know what I mean? So if it's financial services, if it's home ownership, whatever it may be, I want to find the lane that they are already in, and I want to integrate myself into that. I don't want to go out and try to sell Bibles to atheists and convince them one way or another. I want to find the Christians that already believe, and then I can say, hey, look, this is a leather skin Bible. Right. This has something a little different with a twist to it. Yeah,
this one come with communion in the back.
You can put your communion in the back
of this Bible.
Something, then the built-in little pen, peppermint holder or something, you know what I'm saying?
So let me be very transparent with you guys in this moment about that. Like, if you are watching this, y'all, this is Hello Black Man and this is Love and Business Podcast. If you are not covered, please contact Lamone. We have dealt with death and paying all the expenses of people who have not.
Now you converted.
Okay. So you guys, if you do not have coverage. We are very much covered on outside and inside of our employment, because a lot of people think that because you're employed and you pay into these, if something happens to your job, it does not go with you. Connect with Lemoyne, okay? I'm putting the people to you, because like it's real, like it's a real expense that we as a culture do not buy into. And I am very much so supportive of making sure that you are covering yourself financially for the people who have to pay for what you got going on. Okay. So y'all connect with my guy. Lamar, we might need some extra insurance. Right now we're on the whole life. I may need to get a little time with you.
Okay. We can definitely talk about it, but that is, that's the, that's kind of the idea, because you go bang your forehead will be bloody hitting it up against the wall when you're trying to tell somebody, hey, what's up with hello? I know you see Hello Black Man. Of course it's beneficial, man. I read through it, filled out the charts. And in some days it was really because I was upset or something. I'm like, man, let me just do something, like to try to decompress for a second. I'm at the office and I'm flipping through the page and it's Hello Black Man. Tell me, I'm like, oh, okay, but is that something that Jimbo down at the softball park may will he see value in it immediately? No. But somebody that may Google online therapy, that if that come up, like if I do a query about that to say, okay, well, I want to put my ad in front of everybody that is looking for some type of online therapy. If they search any type of online therapy, if they search this other company that is a therapy company, then I want my stuff to show up in their timeline because they are Christian that's looking for a Bible. They believe in
that part. We're gonna pivot for a second because we don't like to be all about stress and anxiety and all those things, because I know we stressing people out with all the stuff we talk about.
Okay. All right, go.
No, they learning.
We're gonna do a little fun. We're gonna do a little fun. Okay. So I have lyrics. Y'all know I love lyrics.
Oh yeah, you on them lyrics, man.
I'm gonna mute.
Y'all did not do well the last time.
No, we didn't. That's why I'm gonna mute.
I don't do this no time we do it. I don't be knowing this. You like, you don't know that? I don't.
I know.
Okay. I got some lyrics for y'all. Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah, sure.
You heard the LaToya Luckett story.
Push it to the side.
Hey, sure. But she was the one. Look, we in Houston, and she see LaToya Luckett. I'm like, she's like, that's the LaToya Luckett. I'm like,
who is that?
Who is that? Who is it? No,
tell me who it is. I don't know.
You still don't know who it is?
I'm here with you, baby.
Yeah, sure.
I cannot with y'all. I cannot. Okay, so here we go. Y'all ready? Real guys go for real down to Mars girls.
Is that it?
This a song?
Yeah.
Real guys go for real down to Mars girls.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me the answer.
What? This a rap song or R&B song?
Real guys go for real down to Mars.
Can you sing it? Can you sing it?
Real what kind of girl?
Real down to Mars girl.
Real down to Mars.
Yes.
Oh, down to Mars, like the planet Mars. Okay.
Yeah. Woo.
I'm lost.
I'm just not getting the words. I'm sitting right next to it. I don't know what's going on.
Real guys go for real down to Mars girls.
Andre 3000. What up with it, B?
Come on.
You're gonna have to sing gospel songs. You're gonna have to do some gospel quartet lyrics, because that's pretty much all of my childhood.
Because that thing.
How do you know?
I grew up listening to the quartet.
Oh, that's that song?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I missed it.
Okay.
Nah, I know that song, but I just know that.
All right, you've lost some customers.
Oh, they said that. Some people said they knew it. Outcast. All right, bet.
But I just didn't know those.
No,
some Marvin Gaye or.
All right, let's see.
That's what you like. Okay, I got something for you.
Do the truthettes, the gospel truthettes.
All right.
We're not doing no gospel, Chris. Get out of here. Okay. So sometimes I love you, sometimes you make me blue.
I'm throw the mic out on you. Get out of here. I don't know what it is.
Man, can I get a tune?
You gotta sing the song.
If I sing the song, that defeats the purpose of the
You
game.
make me blue.
Sometimes I love you. Sometimes
you make me blue.
come on with it.
At times I feel good.
Yeah,
At
come
times
on.
I feel used. Yeah.
Let's go.
Alicia Keys. Yeah. Got me
Good
so
job.
confused.
Good job, Lamar.
I keep.
job,
Yeah,
Lamar.
there it is. In and out. Yeah.
See that? People in the comments even know the context.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a poem. Look, the people in the comments is typing the gospel truth is. I don't want no peanut butter and jelly. Amen.
Yeah. This ain't inside peanut butter.
No. This is gospel.
We're gonna have to do this connect once a month, but I don't know no gospel. Next time I have the gospel.
You ain't really from Natchez.
Right. If you ain't grew up on quartet music, then you ain't.
I grew up in the kingdom of Hoss.
Okay.
Then you don't know nothing about this gospel quartet. You wasn't going to revivals with singing groups with A, B, and C selections. You wasn't.
No, was not doing any of those things.
You might get a D selection. You might get a selection going back to their seat.
I got a watchtower. If you like a watchtower, I have them for you.
No. They was in windowless churches.
It's cheaper, Lamar. Don't judge us. Okay?
I don't. I just observe.
It's cheaper to have no windows.
I just observe.
Yes, buildings without windows is cheaper. Look it up.
Come on, what's the next one?
Okay, last one.
One more.
Last one. And
One
then
more.
we're gonna get into the questions for the night. Okay, it says, I don't know if I want to do that one. We fly higher than weather and G5s are better.
All right, go ahead and
Give me another line.
Okay, you ready? You're part of my entity here for infinity.
Who rhymed like that? Kanye or somebody?
I got it.
Part of my entity here for infinity.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
I'm gonna stick it out to the end.
I'm supposed to be looking at just like, what?
I took an oath. I'm gonna stick it out to the end. I took an oath.
Oh, that's Rihanna.
Look at you. Look at you.
Forever.
Yeah. All right.
I'll be here.
But see, she picking lyrics. Nobody
know the lyrics,
we
man.
know the chorus.
Yeah, you just be.
We only know the chorus.
That's it. They come in strong on the chorus. Yeah.
I love y'all.
Weak on the lyrics, strong on the chorus. Strong on the
Hey, she was one of them people that bought the CD and read the lyrics in the back.
Yeah. Roll it out. Roll them.
Right, no, recorded it on my little 2-story and stop, play, stop, play.
No.
Yes, this word, that word. Yes,
I've
that
never
was
done it. I've never
Oh.
written words down to
I used to
Never.
sell lyrics in school. That was me. I was selling lyrics to people. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, that was me.
No.
Oh man.
Yeah, no.
Here we go, y'all. We're finna get into the nitty gritty. We 38 minutes in. We ain't got but a few minutes because we are an hour tops. We don't do over and
Okay,
over.
let's go.
We're our tops.
We'll
Well,
go
we
quick
do an hour and a half. We have to let the people,
Good luck to y'all because hour we cutting y'all out.
So we sleeping. We old.
I'm tired
I'm
right
old
now.
for sure.
I'm about to go to bed.
Get to the question.
Okay.
Burning daylight.
For real.
I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy.
All right. So here's question number 1 for the night. Under finances, we're gonna talk a little bit about finances for this last 15 plus minutes.
Yes.
How do you handle disagreements about money? So when y'all have a disagreement, who takes the lead? Who takes the back seat?
The question I already been asked. You be asking too much.
Well, I'm just kind of
Let the question be the question.
okay.
I understand, man. You gotta say it 2 or 3 different ways to make sure everybody.
I'm making and somebody in the room want to hear how to expand the question. Like, okay, now I get it. That's it.
Exactly.
18,000.
How do you handle disagreements about money? Go.
To be honest, we refer to the Bible. Straight up, we refer to the Bible. I was broke when we come on board. You know what I'm saying? So everything that we have is joint. So it doesn't really, like, we got married at 23. right? It will be 15 years this year. So it's like, yeah, I didn't have much. We started life together, so when it comes to disagreement about money, like what you should spend money on and things like that, of course, we have some parameters to say, okay, well, yeah, if it's $100 to $300, then you go, like you can outsource that. If it's 300 to 1,000, hey, then you oversee the project. If it's 1,000 or more, then we need to get some consultations as it relates to making sure that we're getting the best pricing and stuff like that. But Crystal went and bought a whole house, you know what I mean? She went to the auction and bought a whole house.
You know that?
So it was like,
what had got bought?
Yeah, bro. Went to the auction and bought a whole house. Send me a text. Like a house. Yeah, a whole home.
Wait.
He has a very good.
Lamar was saying, I can hear what he was saying though. So it sounded like he said she had bought a house. That was he said. That was Lamar said.
Yeah.
Well, let me explain. So
Lamar,
I did.
Wait, Crystal, finish your statement, Lamar. She bought a house. Did you?
No, I was just. She bought a house. But it's a part of. It was a part of the plan, right? So
did you know she was buying a house?
I knew she was going to the auction, and we had intent, or I knew it was a possibility. But the overall arching thing is, it's a part of our plan. It's a part of our strategy to continue to build our wealth, real estate portfolio. So when she said, I'm like, okay, cool. And that's the part of, okay, what does that legacy plan look like? What does the whole foundation fundamentals, what does the crest and all that stuff entail? Real estate is one of it. So is a component of it. So when she did it, I'm just like, cool, she executed on the plan.
But yes, but in all fairness, he answered the question in the
right now stage.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. And so we had major disagreements with finances, in the preliminary stages of our marriage.
Early
major. And it was obviously because we've had two different upbringings, clearly. And so we're trying to merge together two different thought processes, and we were young. And so, early on, we didn't manage finance well. But as we learned to do better, there started to be disagreements, because there was, dishonesty in finances, where we didn't have a plan. And so it was, we're doing this over there, you're doing this over here. And it caused a lot of arguments and disagreements, over the years, especially in the beginning stages. And what we had to realize is, hey, we're not each other's enemy. We're on the same team.
Yeah.
We need to come up with a plan, right? We need to, be structured with it. And for a while, I had to do all things in the finances because, and Lamar will tell you transparently, he just wasn't a good steward at that particular time, or he wasn't being honest,
I wanted to buy stuff that really wasn't a part of the plan.
No, and it was for unhealthy reasons. Yeah. And so for a season, we
I wanted to buy a lot of guns and stuff, man.
Well, it wasn't just that, but
just random stuff.
It was just stuff that we didn't fully agree on.
Yeah.
And so through that phase, even in some of those cases, we ended up having to do counseling, because of issues with that. And so I would say for sure you have to sit down and have a discussion about what you want your financial future and your wealth strategy to look like. And then if there are purchases made without discussing each other, as long as they fall within the lines of that wealth strategy or that family wealth plan, then that's okay. But when you need to do something that's outside of that plan, it needs to be brought back to the table to discuss it together. And then you can then of course use the word as a way to decipher between the two, but it wasn't always like that beautiful. Absolutely not. But those are things that you have to be willing to sit down and have conversations about, and then be willing to build a plan that'll help you to navigate through that in the future.
But you got to be honest when you sit down.
You
just got to be honest. I would be agreeable to let it be what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, no, I can do that. No, we can, let's do that. But then in my heart of hearts knew I really wasn't wanting to commit to it. So then when I had the opportunity to not be committed, then I took the opportunity to not be committed. Yeah. And then, of course, at some point or another, everything in the dark come to the light. Yeah. And here it is.
Statements come out. It's crazy because this is one of the questions.
Absolutely, statements.
Yeah. We had that question up, and you all have already kind of dove into it. How do you navigate? And it's the first time I saw this word, financial infidelity or in a relationship? Like, how do you handle it?
As you guys spoke so candidly about this situation, it was very amicable the way y'all was talking about it. Like, but in the depths of the trenches.
Oh yeah, that's because we're
so I go through my mind mentally because I have a very, I don't want to say sensitive, but that's the way. I have a very sensitive.
You gotta look for no other word.
Spouse, right? So like I have to dig down in my bag and I have to figure out the words to make him comfortable in my disagreement of his decisions. Like I can't just say, hey, that's a bad idea, because that don't go over well. It's like, okay, babe, how do I put this? Like I gotta really dig into this. Like, okay, so listen,
like an actress.
I'm not trying to say that what you're doing is a bad idea, but I don't think
you've definitely done this.
That this is a good idea, but it's not a bad idea, but it's not.
So here's what I think. Really, one of the key components is. So let me just. I don't like firing people. Crystal, she has a way better structure on that. So she's like, I don't fire you. You fired yourself. And here's why, because the documentation is here to support what it is that you were supposed to do and what you didn't do.
Right.
In this situation, when we're talking about money, if you want to buy this, then what part of this plan does this affect? You know what I mean? Like what part of this helps us get a step closer to executing or finalizing one component of this plan? And if it doesn't, then that kind of answers it. So you don't need to say no. And that's what started to happen. Like it, she ain't have to be like, nah,
Well, yeah, but I think what they're trying to get to is where are you when you don't have that, right? Like, so okay. I don't want to act like we're so far removed.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? No. That we can't explain, specifically like what that looks like. Cause it does look like a lot of argument. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It does look like, 2 and 3 days of not having conversation with each other. So transparently, for us, there was a situation in our marriage where basically LeMoyne took finances to do something for a particular family member, but completely lied about it. And then, tried to, push it to the back. And but what I see now in hindsight that I couldn't see then is that he didn't feel safe communicating anything to me. It didn't matter whether it was finances, whether it was what he wanted to eat for dinner that night, whatever the case may be. What really was showing to the surface was, hey, you haven't created a safe space for him to communicate things that he really wants to do that may or may not be a good idea. Yeah. But he still doesn't even see that there's a safe space to come to you and have this discussion. Therefore, I'm gonna lie about it, cover it up, and hope you never see it, because I want to do it. But even if it's a bad idea and I need to talk to you about it, I'm not really sure if you're the place that I can come to have the discussion, right? So that's what was really what was happening. But in the moment, I'm like, you're betraying me. You're betraying our family. You didn't, bring the stuff to the table. I don't like you right now, right?
Yeah.
But in that immature phase, I wasn't able to see what I can see now, right? Yeah. At that moment, I was agitated and upset that he would lie, right? Because at the end of the day, could have just gave the money away, like, okay, fine. But why couldn't you talk to me about it first?
Yeah.
Well, at that time, we didn't have a plan, or a wealth strategy or whatever. We just winging it, money's coming in and it's enough coming in to where we got surplus. So we're not really asking, a whole bunch of questions. Yeah. But when you see them statements, and you like, what is this? What is? Oh, that's for such and such. No, that don't add up.
Yeah,
that don't add up. So what I'm really saying is you have to be able to know in any arena, not just, but finances become like this very, sensitive space, right? Because we need money to survive and live and do all of these things. Mm-hmm. But it's really a communication issue, right? Mm-hmm. Why do I not feel safe to come to my spouse in a transparent way about anything? Because if you could talk about all things in that level of intimacy, then finances isn't a, not a big thing. No, it's not a big thorn. It's now we're just communicating, right? So we've had financial infidelity. It was difficult to walk through. As a matter of fact, I almost walked out. But Yeah, but I can see now in hindsight that I wasn't creating the space for him to be able to communicate things that allowed us to have, that healthy dialogue about what it was that he was thinking or feeling. Was it right that he lied? Absolutely not. But at the same time, when you're married, you got to be able to figure out, okay, something isn't right here. What role can I play, to make sure that, my spouse has a space that they can come into where we can have these types of discussions. Now, if they're not fully willing, we might need to bring in a third party, right? Like if we're continuing to do that, because we had to involve our pastors, we had to involve other coaches, we had to involve a therapist, right? To make sure that those pieces and parts, get together. But I don't want to give you just a political answer to say, put a strategy or a piece together. It happens. But when it does, are you willing to do the work to say, what was my role in it, right? Even though he did something that fully offended me, and made me lose trust for a good bit of time, what role did I play in that, right? And I just wish more people would be able to see that, on the beginning stages. But most times what happened is folks stay mad for 3, 4, 5, 7 years.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Who is the primary financial advisor for your team?
You're in your relationship.
Right? Your marriage. Who's the primary?
So I will come up with like a strategy from a professional standpoint of view, right? That's kind of what I do. Crystal but she manages that well. She make sure, and I mean, I think we both kind of, but like as far as like investments and stuff like that, stocks, like Walmart just split. Walmart had a stock split, 3-1 stock split. The stock went down to like $50 something a share. Well, I bought some. That's something, that's a dividend paying stock.
Guess when I found out about it? Right now.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, but that's in the wheelhouse, right? You know what I'm saying? The same with Apple. When Apple split stock split, but that's not her wheelhouse.
It's not.
That's not her wheelhouse.
That's what happened. Yeah. I walked by one day and I was like, hey, one of my friends said that Walmart hey, they done left.
Well, hold on. What happened?
They did that on purpose, man.
Oh, okay.
They did it on purpose.
Oh, I was like, when they cut us off.
He didn't get the joke, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't get the joke.
You got it.
Hey, but no, man, a couple weeks ago, I was like, hey, man, one of my friends said that Walmart was going to be splitting or something. I was like, maybe you should look into getting some of that. That's all I know, right? And he was like, for him, it was like, I bet. So,
that's me.
And so he mentions it now, but I think yeah, but that speaks to the testament now of the level of trust and comfort that we have in our relationship as it relates to finances. Now, the same way as how when I purchased this house at an auction, I sent him a text, hey, put a policy on this address right now. We just bought it. Yeah. He's like, I bet. But you can't get that, unless you're willing to go through those conversations that we had, to get to this space, right? Like we went through some rocky roads to get to this 100%. Point. But I'm not tripping that he bought this Walmart stock. I feel like he has our best interest at heart. Absolutely.
Yeah, she got access to that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like somebody else on the account of the beneficiary. You know what I'm saying?
It's me.
It ain't. Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this. So are y'all the parents that are telling our children that we're responsible for their college?
Oh, I don't know if I understand.
Say it
again. Like we got to pay for it.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I'm not like I'm telling my kids if you want to go to college, then go to college. The provision.
Can you repeat the question? Absolutely.
Are you the parents that are telling our children that we are responsible for paying for them to go to college?
Like, are we promoting the message that parents should be the people paying for their school? Is that what you're asking?
That is absolutely
no.
We paying during college tuition.
Yeah, we are paying college tuition.
and we are trying.
No, I mean, I don't think. I don't think. Here's what I will say. I'm not an advocate for like putting the kid out at 18.
No, we're not that advocate either.
Oh no, I hate to do that.
Yeah, but we do let our kids know, like, hey, this is a part of the plan. We buy real estate or something like that. Like, hey, this side is going to pay for the house. This other side is going to be going toward your accounts. Now we don't put them in 529 plans and things like that, and we can discuss that at a later time just from financial strategies. But we let them know like, hey, this is, if you want to go to college, then go to college. You know what I'm saying? And we go try to do what we can to ease that burden off of you so that you don't come out in the hole. Right. But if you don't want to go to college, then okay, well, let's see, what is it that you want to do? Let's start a business or whatever it may be. But I want to give them the opportunity that I can sow into them as their dad or as their parents to say, yeah, we want to give you the best start that we possibly can, but you have to show a little bit of want to in there. I ain't just finna throw it out there because you know what a man about to do by what he's doing today.
Right, because I'm not a big proponent of selling dreams. If you barely made it through high school, I don't want to sell you the dream that college is where you need to be. And not saying you won't excel in college, but we're not gonna send you to a 4-year college and pay $50,000 for you to flunk out of school. Like I don't buy into that narrative for a lot of kids, but that's just us. Okay, so that's either here or there. I was just wondering how y'all felt about that. That was just a topic. Okay, this is something I want to ask y'all. How do y'all keep things spicy in your marriage?
Why are you looking over there?
I mean, I think I try to continuously prove that I'm qualified for the job. Right. I'm not saying that it's always been. I've had to really be intentional about trying to, like this past Valentine's, I did something.
I got flued out.
Yeah, that was a little bit out of my norm, but I wanted to, do something, special. But I try to, I just try to do things that make her feel seen, but also again, make sure that she knows I'm qualified for the job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I think a lot of when a lot of people ask that question, they're probably thinking like, what are you wearing in the bedroom? Or, are you, trying to literally, like, oh, I'm gonna put on a wig this week, type deal. No. But really and truly, I really think like in relationships, the real spice comes from the consistency, right? Yeah. Like it's not necessarily like something that you popped up and did like this one time, but I may be intentional about making sure that Lamorne knows that I'm thinking about him, right? Like last week, I knew Lamorne was having a week last week. And so when I ordered food, I ordered an oatmeal raisin cookie with his food. Lamorne gets the cookie out the bag and he like, oh, you thought about me.
Yeah, I wasn't even there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the extra level of spice that most folks ain't thinking about.
Yeah.
That oatmeal raisin cookie will take you up a level.
Like I'm a real fat dude.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it sound like.
Listen, you like that cookie, didn't you?
I did.
Like that cookie.
Hey, listen, you got the cookie, you might get the cookie.
That could be universal.
You like the cookie, you might get the cookie.
Yeah,
that's what you have to do, bro.
But I also think, we may look at that like a little different because I mean, of course, every couple, marriage and things like that, you're going to have intercourse. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge part of what it is. But I think one of the drivers is knowing that I have a vision, right? Her knowing that, and and having that support or that level of security, so to speak. So now, like she willing to really, just be there and open up, from an intimacy standpoint, you know what I mean? Because that's something that is important to her.
Yeah.
It's important to me that, that, hey, I make sure that she know that she good, the girl's good. And, I can lay out and say, this is why, this is what this bucket look like. This is what this bucket look like. Here's we 3 steps from this, blase, whatever it may be. But that for me, I think is, I think that's a deal. That's
set the meter all the way up there.
Look, so Lamorne, what is Crystal's love language?
She wants you to help her, and she wants you to help her. What is it? Acts of service. Yeah.
You cannot help him. You have lost. Y'all lost the game.
He was looking for the name.
Yeah. No,
it doesn't matter. He should know the name.
Well,
he knew what that what he said is the thing.
Yeah,
He wants
exactly.
to, listen, Lamont over there ironing clothes, and I am impressed.
Amen.
Damon
Amen.
Jenkins has not ironed clothes in 10 years.
I know how to. I iron the other day.
No, not your work clothes. You ironed something because you was going to go somewhere.
Yeah, I did.
And I did, right.
Listen, he know I walk out the house wrinkled, and so he's like, "You will
It's the
not."
matches in us, because why am I ironing clothes?
You
Who
will
does
not
that? I didn't even own an iron before I met this man.
No.
Like, what is
Like,
this? Who is this?
Like, we need a good iron.
Throw that stuff in the
$70 iron. Let's get it. That's a good investment.
And it was actually $100, but don't let that worry you.
Not an investment. I never would have looked at an iron as an investment.
It is a key iron, and it is the best iron we've ever had.
Absolutely.
Crystal, what is Lemoyne's love language?
Oh, words of affirmation for sure.
This is gonna be a hazy thing.
Yeah, we like that. Come on,
y'all love somebody to tell y'all. You know, talking speak. I can tell you a lot.
They want to hear something, whether they doing something or not. You hear me?
That's right. Let me hear it.
Right there.
Hey, lie to me. Give me a good lie. Listen.
Hey. Give me a good lie.
Give me a good lie. Get to me. You want to get the most out of me? Give me a little lie on the side. Put a little extra lie on the top.
Hey, gas me up.
20 text messages a day. Baby, you are the greatest.
Thank you.
The best I ever had.
Yeah. Hey, I be walking like what's the guy name is? Conor McGregor. I be walking with my chest out there, girl. Like,
You light skinned, but you a dog.
All right. Play with it.
But it do something. You know, I mean, it just, you want to know, man, that you are again meeting the standard, so to speak, right? It's like, hey, you good on that. Hey, I appreciate you for doing that. And I want to know that I'm seen. I want to know that I'm valued in that respect. You know what I mean? Just in general, as a dad, as a husband, as a man, like I don't want to be in an area that I'm not needed or wanted. I want to be of some value in some sort. So if you just like every morning she cook breakfast, I say thank you every morning. And she like, why are you saying thank you? Like, this is what I do. I'm like, but you don't have to, because I know some guys.
That's what she does for physical touch. Thank you.
Because I know he doesn't have to do it. Like, I know you don't have to do this. This is not something that, is in your wheelhouse. You are not a fit. It was years. It took me years to get this man to even accept physical touch, and that is like my love language. Like, he did not like to be touched. His mom is the exact same way. Like, if I hug his mom, she's like this. Like, she's like a board, and I'm like, relax. Like, they're not physical touch people, and I need to
count. I probably, this is no lie, I'm 45. I probably haven't given my mom 100 hugs in my life.
Oh wow!
100. I'm probably way overboard, but I'm just going to say 100. And I've probably given her 30 in the last 3 or 4 years, just based off of learning and getting better at it. But this is not something I grew up on. Kisses, my mom would kiss me on my forehead. None.
My mom's in here tonight. She just messaged. She's not a loving person. My mom never hugged me. My dad was very affectionate. My mom to this day don't say I love you. She may say it once every year. And it's just me. It was me and my sister. My sister passed almost a year ago, last year in May, and my mom, she just don't. It's not something that she do. So it's I accepted it and I understood it. Y'all, we have so much more to talk about. We have enjoyed this. I told you our tops. We putting out here because we're gonna go to bed. So, let's plan to do this on a regular basis. If y'all can fit us into your schedule once a month, at least, or once every other month, because we got so much more to talk about.
I see. I had a laundry list of questions y'all threw at us off the cuff.
I'm cool.
You don't even see the list on this side. We got like 20,000 more over here to ask.
He's like, yeah, we really do.
Hey, if it helps,
I can shoot those questions to y'all. Y'all want to sit on and ponder?
No,
No, it gotta be.
I don't read questions. I don't.
Yeah, she don't. She won't read.
Lamar shouldn't read them because he'll fabricate an answer on you when he get them questions early. Then
Exactly.
he be having all kinds of stuff thunk up in his head that he gonna say.
That's me right there.
Exactly. That's why we like to be on the cover.
Yeah.
We like to do this as transparent and as open as possible because it gives people who we really are.
Yep.
You know,
Still learning.
Always learning.
If you're green, you're growing. If you're ripe, you're riding, man. You gotta stay.
Hello, somebody. Hello, life. That dude got to be hazel right there. He got to be hazel.
Already though.
Yeah, for real though.
Look at my face.
Mr. Nelson was my history teacher, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, we gotta. Do y'all have any questions for us before we close out? Because we don't want to not give y'all the opportunity to say what y'all need.
No.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Cool.
I'm proud of what you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
The brand Hello Black Man is. I think it's phenomenal. I look to see it in big lights and I mean on stages and people talking about it, man. I really do. Honest in my heart of hearts believe it, and I'm not just saying it because you're from Hazelhurst. I'm saying it because it's a phenomenal product. So my hat goes off to you guys, and I just enjoy the connection, you know. And it's a
big connection,
Hazelhurst, man, for real.
Big connection, no doubt.
And we are grateful to be in y'all circle because I see what y'all doing, Crystal, like $1 million expert. I see you. Listen, I'm looking, I'm watching. I desire to be where you are.
Come on, she is not listening to you on the podcast.
I don't think 90% of people probably don't, man.
Stop it.
When
you bring very good value to the podcast.
Thank you for that.
Joking, yeah, for real.
I love how when the more starts talking, and then I'm like, oh, Crystal talking about life.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
No, for real though. You guys, y'all keep me entertained on Thursday nights. I value it. Like I'm locked in. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm probably
support, man.
Like, all right, what we got?
Like, let's put it on the screen. Like, put it on the screen. Let's go.
That's what's up, man.
65 inches of love and business. Because we
listen, man. If we can get more people to grow, man, then it's gonna change the community, and then that'll change the city, and that'll change the state. But definitely in this community of ours, that you know that we're a fabric of, that we're a part of. We don't want to leave it the same way that we found it. So if it means us being transparent and putting a little extra effort in to do that, because by the testimony of another, somebody else may come through, man. And there's some other couples out there that, you know, when you link up and you join forces, man, it's hard to be stopped. You know, from a marital standpoint, one will put 1,000 a flight, two will put 10,000 a flight, man. I mean, this is what it is, you know. So
we excited.
How we work that.
We aspire to be where you guys are. We do have some stuff coming up. We have our Father's Day event June 15th. If you guys can be a part of that in any way, even just sharing the flyer, we would greatly appreciate that. Other than that, we have a pop-up Mother's Day weekend. We'll be in North Park Mall. Not only will we be there, but our son, he has a business, he will be there as well. So like we just trying to be out here doing things. That's all.
Yeah, that's what's up. Staying in motion, man. Staying in motion. I promise you.
Yes. So thank you guys again for joining us. And we're gonna figure out how to hook up next month.
That'll work.
So we can talk more, y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all for hanging out for an extra 8 minutes.
Make sure you drop the link to your podcast in the comments below.
Love and business, y'all.
All right. We will.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, great show, another phenomenal show. Father's Day retreat, we got it coming up on June 15th. Working with the collective. That's going to be a huge opportunity for fathers to be, prospective fathers, however you can come. Men come in.
Women
learn
who are fathers.
Yeah,
there are some women out there who are acting as fathers.
Well, please come on and learn something. Right?
I don't want people to be like, oh, it's just for men.
No,
because there are women who are being fathers.
Well, come on with it. Come on with it.
Is that accurate?
I'm with you.
I feel like they
show up. What we'll be doing is we'll be talking about finances, physical health, we're talking about mental health, and bringing it full term right into your living room, right into your full circle, into your house, so you can take something back, right? I know you're gonna get a tie, I know you're gonna get some socks, I know you're gonna go out to eat, I know you're gonna grill, but this event is something to make you a better man. That's the whole purpose of this event.
The best man.
So we will be pushing that this next few weeks, months coming up. George Montgomery, Derek Johnson, we're partnering with the collective, and we want this to be something that you
buy tickets for your dad, your brothers, your uncles,
learn from, a learning experience,
your
right?
Cousins.
I'm gonna go. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love this woman right here. Y'all guys know I do.
Get it for your stud cousins and brothers.
Goodbye,
everybody.
Good night.
It's okay.
Good night, y'all.
You see them cousins.